What does the move to coeducation mean for the school?
So, as I'm sure you're already aware as a member of the community, Braeside will transition from an all-girls independent school to a mixed school in September 2021. This means that we will be taking boys as well as girls in September 2021 from reception down to kindergarten. So that will mean that in September 2022, those children that were in reception or kindergarten will move up into year 1 and into reception, and it's a slow phasing in of boys over time. The demand for all-girls education has decreased over time, and we think this brings the school in line with a more modern educational model.
Why has the school decided to make these changes?
I think there's a few reasons there. As I've previously said, the uptake for girls-only education has reduced over time, with only 12% of schools now being only all girls. Most of our children, when they go on to sixth form, are choosing mixed settings, so it's a co-educational setting that they're choosing at sixth form. And I feel like I'm preparing children for the world of work, for the world of university, for the world of sixth form in those mixed settings. The other thing is socialisation. It's really important that children mix with a variety of children from all backgrounds and from all genders. And that's one of the things that I think we need to focus on at Braeside, is that we mix anyway with the Oak Tree group of schools, and they are boys and girls, and that's the diet that they're generally having. It will be more reflective of the other schools in the group as well as the world of work. And learning together with all different types of children from all different types of backgrounds really enhances the educational experience as well as the socialisation of children.
What are the benefits of extending Braeside provision to boys?
I think that at the moment, if you have girls, then Braeside is for you. But in terms of the whole family enjoying the experience at Braeside, that's quite difficult if you have a boy and a girl at the moment. As somebody who has children, one of each, it is really handy to be able to drop off 2 children in the same place. Many parents both work, and if you're dropping your child to 2 different destinations in the morning and picking them up, that can be incredibly stressful. And we are a community school. We reach out to many families in the community who have both a boy and a girl, and I think it's just reflective of the modern world. This is the 21st century, where boys and girls learn alongside each other, they can learn from each other, they can socialise, and we are preparing children for life in the 21st century.
Do you believe the changes will affect our local community?
Absolutely, in wholly positive ways. We are a school that's highly regarded in the community. I want to reflect what our community looks like. It is diverse. There are lots of different people from different backgrounds, and I think making the move to a co-educational setting only reflects this community even more.
How will this affect the pupils already at Braeside?
Not very much is the answer to that one, actually. Because we're part of the Oak Tree group of schools, the other schools in the group are all co-educational. So on a day-to-day basis, yes, there are mostly girls on site, but when there's trips, visits, workshops, they tend to be boys and girls mixed together for those special events. Not only that, as you go up the school, from year 9 and above, the PE lessons are mixed between Normanhurst and Braeside School, so there are boys and girls getting together, and some of our GCSE subjects are mixed as well. I can only see it benefiting in a really, really positive way, because I'm trying to prepare children for post-16 life, for work, for university, and all of those settings are co-educational, so in my opinion it'll only affect your child in a really wholly positive way.
Will this change the school's aims, ethos and values?
Absolutely not. It will only further enhance it. I'm not sure if many of you know this, but actually the first pupils at Braeside were actually boys. And our aim and our ethos is to prepare children for life outside of Braeside, and they are completely different settings and mixed settings. In my opinion, this is just going to further prepare them for that world that is outside of the school walls.
Will boys and girls be taught in mixed classes or separate?
They will most definitely be taught in mixed classes to enhance each other's learning experience, to learn from each other, to play alongside each other. That can only enhance their experience at Braeside. We aim to have academic life mixed, but also the extracurricular as well, so that children are playing outside of lessons alongside each other really positively. It can only enhance their experience.
What will the girl-boy ratio be over the coming years?
Obviously I can't be certain about this, but we hope that by September 2022 boys will make up 10% of our population, and the hope by 2030 that it will be 40%.
Will the introduction of boys in school encourage a more boisterous environment?
I get asked this question quite a lot actually from many of you that have visited the school this year, looking forward to the plans that we have. And what I can say to you is, and I've answered this before, that I have really high expectations of conduct and behaviour, and it's regardless of gender. So girls and boys learn next to each other can only have a really, really happy environment, and it's regardless of whether you're a boy or a girl, how I deal with that. We look at everyone on a case-by-case basis, and we'll make decisions from there about what the next steps are, but generally the conduct is high for everybody, and it will remain like that.
Will class sizes go up?
Absolutely not. They will remain exactly the same in number. Boys will be introduced into it, but this will not affect the number of children per class.
What about the extracurricular provision? Will that be affected?
Absolutely not. Actually, just this morning I was looking at our provision for next year, and we have things like running club, sports club, fixtures night, karate, dance, art, construction club, and they're already in the diet of clubs that we have, and we aim to offer a complete varied range of clubs to suit lots of different tastes and interests of children. So again, they are not gendered and they will remain exactly the same. I'm not fixed to having certain clubs on certain nights or types of clubs. They're very much driven by the stakeholders, who are the children.
How will the facilities be developed and amended for boys?
Those of you who are local to our community and been in before, you'll know that we've had huge enhancement to the site, because we've brought the junior school and the senior school together on one site, which is now on the high road. So there have been lots of enhancements over time. We have provided more toilets and separate changing facilities for boys to use when they do arrive in September. But we always review our classrooms, our school environment, the garden and the facilities that we have on a regular basis anyway. We will definitely be doing this before we make the move to coeducational, to make sure it meets the needs of all individuals in the school.
Will there be sufficient role models for boys?
I think we have excellent role models in the school. At the moment we have the senior prefect team and the head girl, who possibly may be head boy in the future, and our house captains in both year 6 and year 11. We have some of those role models in year 10 who take part of those responsibilities on. So across the school we have those role models for boys and for girls. Our teaching staff are mixed. We have male and female teachers, and we have lots of different visitors on site from all different backgrounds. So I think there's role models in everybody, in staff, in parents, in our local community and the pupils that we have in school.
Has a boy's uniform been designed?
I'm going to be totally honest on this question, and not yet. Actually, that's something the pupils who are currently at Braeside like to ask me about a lot. When you're redesigning a school uniform and you're looking at who its purpose is for, you have to involve all the school community. So parents, pupils, staff will all feed into that discussion about what's our next steps with the uniform. But most certainly we will have to review it so that it is appropriate for boys who are starting with us in September.
As a prospective parent, who can I talk to and when can I visit?
Well, hopefully you will be speaking to Mrs Amy, who's the admissions registrar, and she would take your initial call, find out what your desires and wants are and what's a good time for you. And then you will meet with me. If you're a senior prospective parent, please come and visit with me and I will tour you around. We'll have a talk and a discussion in my office. And if you're looking for a junior place, you will meet with Mrs Coburn, who will take you on a tour. And again, you'll meet with me and we'll have a chat in my office.
What sports will the girls and boys have access to?
Well, it won't be very much different as it is at the moment. When I first came to Braeside, which was over 5 years ago, we had quite a small PE curriculum, and the pupils who are here at the moment, they were really interested in football. And I'm very much a believer of the children being stakeholders and them driving their own curriculum, especially within sport. So I was very happy to provide opportunities for them to play football. The next year they wanted hockey added to that diet as well, which I accommodated. And then this year we've actually increased that provision to cricket as well for the pupils who are currently at school, from a local coach who comes over, which has been excellent for them. But we also do swimming, gymnastics, netball, dodgeball, basketball, athletics, throwing, catching. I can go on and list it, but the sports that we do are not for any particular gender. They are sports that pupils want to do at school, and I'm happy to accommodate that, obviously within reason.
How will the pastoral care support specific beliefs and traditions relating to mixing with boys at school?
So we're very lucky here at Braeside that our staff come from backgrounds where they have taught in co-educational settings before. And our pastoral system is incredibly strong. We have form tutors, we have head of juniors. I'm also the head of seniors as well as the headmistress, and I'm the Senko. So there's lots of people that, lots of key members of staff that children can go to. We have mental health awareness and training. We have a really strong PSHE programme that we've just redesigned and brought into a new package. So there are lots of people and there are lots of systems that support the pastoral process. It isn't going to be particular to boys or girls because again it's not gendered, but we're lucky that our staff have had experience in a range of backgrounds in different schools to support that.
Will the changes affect the selection process for school places?
Absolutely not. The selection process is as it is at the moment. There's a process that you follow. You can speak to Mrs Amy about that, but taking boys has absolutely no negative impact on that whatsoever.